Well, it's something we do all day long, swiping, tapping, or inserting a card. A popular way of paying.
It is a popular way. It's the future is now.
The future is now. I mean, I walk on and I tap things and I hope that, there's no mechanisms that are enabled to take money out of my bank account. I probably don't check as often enough. But not all retailers are on board with accepting credit cards these days.
Business News Daily reports that cashless transactions accounted for 57% of payments made in 2021.
That's it.
But that means that more than 40% of businesses only accepted the old-fashioned paper cash. Joining us now is Ted Rossman. He is a senior industry analyst at Bankrate. I'm not sure why our 50-something% and 40-something% didn't add up to 100% there in the intro. I don't know what the third option is. If it's not cash, it's not. I guess it's crypto. It might be crypto. Ted, why are so many businesses resisting credit and digital payments?
Yeah, merchants love to hate these credit card processing fees. There's actually a lot going on in Congress, for instance. The Credit Card Competition Act has been introduced. There's been various lawsuits and class actions over the years. Basically, merchants have to pay about 2.2% every time they accept a credit card transaction. And then that gets split between the network and the card issuer. For consumers, it actually comes back to us in many respects in the form of rewards. The way I see it, it's a necessary cost of doing business. I know they don't like the fee, but I don't think we're going back to a cash-first economy. And there's evidence that people spend more when they use cards. So when I see businesses fighting this or instituting surcharges, I just think it rubs consumers the wrong way.
My personal take, I'm sorry, Lily, I have to ask this. I feel like businesses want to take, whenever a business is pure cash, my immediate assumption is
black market.
Okay, you don't want to pay your taxes. I get it. It's fine. You don't want to pay your taxes. Am I making the right assumption there for some?
That could certainly be true in some cases. It's interesting how the pandemic has changed this too, because just prior to COVID, there was actually a push in some corners to go completely cashless. You think about like a busy lunch spot in a business district or a stadium, maybe they just want to speed people through the line. Sort of processing costs be darned. There's also a fee associated with accepting cash. It can be stolen, lost. You've got to go to the bank. You've got to count it. You got to have the armored car come. Now, with COVID, there's been a big push to go cashless for other reasons, which is more hygienic. But then you have some cities and states that have passed laws protecting the use of cash. So there's some interesting sides to this.
I mean, of course, there are pros and cons to using or not using cash. Are there any ways for businesses to get around the processing fees and then passing on that expense onto consumers? I mean, can you still charge whatever low price you would while cashing in on credit card or any other digital form?
The processing fees do depend on the industry. Oftentimes, smaller businesses will have larger fees because they don't have as much scale, although that's not always the case. Also, there tend to be higher fees for online transactions because the card is not present, so it doesn't have those added security measures. One of the things that has gone on with legislation is that more than a decade ago, debit card interchange was capped by the Durbin Amendment to Dodd-Frank. And that really crushed rewards in the debit space. And now Senator Durbin's introduced this Credit Card Competition Act, which could end up doing much the same. There's all these talking points about, we're going to favor Main Street over Wall Street and people will pay lower prices. I just don't buy it because the Federal Reserve found that when the Durbin Amendment went into effect, only 1% of merchants actually lowered prices. So they benefited from lower fees, but they didn't pass that on to consumers. In some ways, this is a fight between banks and retailers. I think big retailers would win, but I think consumers would lose. We'd lose rewards, we might lose security, we might lose access to credit. So I think there's some important unintended consequences here.
Yeah.
I'm all about the rewards. I heavily rely on them. And if I have cash, I tend to spend the cash, and it's really hard to go find more cash.
I'm a big fan of the rewards as well, Lily. But so the thing is, the rewards are not free money from the generous credit card company, right? They're able to pay those rewards because somebody on the other end of not paying their bill on time is getting absolutely brutalized by late fees and interest. Do I have that right,
especially.
Ted?
That is one of the arguments people say. There's really two main funding sources for those rewards. One is the interchange fee, so that roughly 2.2% the merchant pays. A lot of that does go towards rewards, so I think that's good. Now, to be fair, there is probably some element of the interest and the fees that may be subsidizing this as well. The average credit card charges over 18% now, and that's the highest in 30 years. So the advice would be use credit like debit. Beat the system, pay in full, avoid interest, and get the rewards. That's the best place to be in if you can.
Yeah.
Well, Ted
sure.
Rossman, thank you. I am able to pay my rent
Thanks,
with
Ted.
credit card.
I appreciate it.
It's excellent.
You got a big new job
Thanks
now.
for
You
having
moved to
me.
New York. You can pay it every month.
Yeah, isn't that
There you go.
great? All the benefits. Thank you, Ted.